Portland is a city where weird is cool, craft beer is mainstream, and nature is intermingled throughout the city. It is everything that movies and TV shows make it seem, and more. Not only there are a ton of places to see and things to do in Portland, but there's a certain vibe that we think you'll love. Here are 10 things to do in Portland. Hike to the Richest Castle. Kinda creepy but really cool. This dilapidated house is located in the southernmost end of Portland's Forest Park and is a sight to see. Right next to a riverbank, this crumbling structure has been taken over by the forest, with vines creeping up the structure. The structure was used for a few different purposes in the years after Mary Jane, like a park ranger station and a restroom for trail hikers. But after being badly damaged in a storm, it was abandoned and all but forgotten about until the 1980s, when high school students decided it would be a fun place to hold a kegger. Explore the Mississippi neighborhood. With adorable shops, quirky bars, and houses turned into trendy restaurants serving sustainably sourced food, this neighborhood has an electrically charming vibe. You could easily spend the day popping into different joints, sampling the local flavors, and toasting to a great visit to Portland. Browse the famous Powell City of Books. Powell City of Books is famous for being the largest independent bookstore in the world. And of course, it's located in Portland. While this is no secret, it is still worth a stop on your first trip to Portland, with 9 rooms, 3,500 sections, and nearly 1 million books. Powell's is seriously a book lover's dream, and even though it's a popular spot, we think you'll be impressed by the endless rows of literature and that signature bookstore smell. Get your geek on at a board game cafe. If you're a board game nerd, Portland has the cure to all your geeky desires. There are a few board game cafes to choose from, but we like Game Night for its cozy atmosphere, gigantic selection of games, and a long list of $5 craft beers. Located in an unassuming residential part of North Portland, this board game cafe serves pub food and reasonably priced drinks. Explore Portland by bicycle. Portland is known as being a green city, so it's no surprise that getting around by bike is a popular and easy mode of transportation. Not only is it an eco-friendly way for locals to commute to work, but it's a great way to see the city as a visitor. Plus, you'll get a little workout in. Try Portland's bike share program where you can rent a bike for $12.50 per day, or go on a guided bike tour where you'll learn local secrets and stop at non-touristy parts of town. Go chasing waterfalls in the Columbia River Valley. You don't need to get far from the city to immerse yourself in nature. Just 25 miles east of Portland lies the Columbia River Gorge, where you'll find a smattering of waterfalls, trails, and forests. Just be warned that unless you make an effort to ditch the crowds, you won't find much solitude. In fact, near some of the more popular waterfalls like Multnomah, it can be difficult to find parking. That said, visiting this stunning region is well worth the journey and is a perfect addition to your time in Portland. Visit Willamette Valley wineries. Napa Valley is known worldwide for its wines, but Oregon's Willamette Valley is not far away and produces some fantastic vino that rivals its southern neighbors. The valley's microclimate is a perfect place for grapes of many varieties to thrive. In fact, the Willamette Valley is one of the handful of places in the world where the Pinot Noir grape grows really well. And don't worry if Pinot Noir is not your cup of tea. If you're not into reds, the Willamette Valley is also known for its top-notch Chardonnay and Pinot Gris, so you can still get your vino on. If you want a winery experience but don't want to drive out of the city, head to Fullerton Wines for a tasting. They're super passionate and knowledgeable about wines, and their bottles are pretty reasonably priced. Go brewery hopping. Portland is known for beer for a good reason. The climate is perfect for growing hops. In fact, Oregon is second only to the state of Washington in hops production. So it shouldn't be all that surprising to learn that Portland is known as one of the best beer cities in the US. Whether you're into IPAs, wheat ales, or your fancy nitro porters, you'll find a brew to fall in love with, because Portland has a seemingly endless amount of breweries. Taste spirits at a distillery. While we're on the topic of booze, we can't forget distilleries. When it comes to alcohol, Portland does it all, and they do it well. As we already mentioned, the Willamette Valley has the perfect climate for Pinot Noir grapes. It is also one of the best climates for growing hops, and that leaves us with hard liquor. Portland does that well too. In fact, Portland has more female distillers than anywhere else in the world. So yeah, when in Portland, be prepared to get your drink on. Picnic on Sauvie Island. If the weather is particularly nice while you're in Portland, consider making a little day trip to Sauvie Island. Just 10 miles northwest of downtown Portland, this is one of the largest river islands in the United States, and much of it's farmland and wildlife refuge. Relax at the beach, go berry picking at one of the many farms, get out on the water in a kayak, or explore the island by bicycle.